Hello, everybody. Adelaja here. You might be wondering, who is the most corrupt politician in Nigeria ever? Well, the most corrupt politician in Nigeria is who I'm going to talk about today. But before I do that, I want to talk about why. With the way Nigeria is going and where we are right now, we are at a crossroad. Either corruption kills us or we kill corruption. And it doesn't look as if we are about to kill corruption or we want to kill corruption. The amount of money that has been stolen away from our Commonwealth, Nigeria, is about the size of the U.S. economy. And I wrote about it in my book, How Nigeria Economy Can Overtake America's Economy. And the reason is because if corruption had not been a culture that has destroyed our country, we would have been one of the superpowers of the world. So for us to be able to shame, disgrace, and teach our future generation that corruption is something they must hate and run away from, we need to let people know who are these people that brought us to where we are. And this is not just the only one I'm going to do. I'm going to keep on talking. I just want to talk about this one because he's the most corrupt, at least documented corrupt politician in Nigeria. Then later on, I'm going to give the list and the name of all the most corrupt people in Nigeria, not just politicians, but people in Nigeria in general for the last 20 years of our history. So, but right now, I want to talk about the most notorious of them all, the most corrupt. This one is so corrupt that it is said that he stole 50%. He was governor for 2 terms. And in those 2 terms, for 8 years, the half of the total money that comes to his state goes to his pocket, went to his pocket. The guy would just, he sliced the budget, the state budget, boom, like bread, into 2, and just took all half into himself. But what is even more disturbing is that this guy is being defended by his kinsmen. And when I now mention his name, you see in the comment section now that his kinsmen and his stooge will come out and say, is he the only corrupt person in Nigeria? So the evil of corruption is not even as bad because it's being done by somebody. If the society will condemn it, then it will not be as dangerous. But when society condones it, that is what is even worse than the corruption itself. So the attitude in Nigeria, when you talk about somebody who is an Igbo, and the Igbo people will say, you are against us, you are Yoruba tribalists or something. Then when you talk about Yoruba, the Yoruba people, I don't think Yoruba people say that too much, but they will say, is it the only corrupt person? All of them are corrupt. All of them are corrupt. They are the same. The same thing, when you talk about this person I'm going to talk about, people will say, well, is it the only one that is corrupt? What about others? Why are you not talking about that one? What about Tinubu? Why even talk about him? So this is what is even making the corruption case in Nigeria to be worse and be entrenched in the culture and in the system. And these people don't know that it is because of this kind of corruption that we don't have electricity. That's why we don't have roads. That's why we don't have hospitals. That's why they cannot send their children to school. These same people from this mind state who are defending him, they cannot send their children to school, some of them. Some of them cannot afford to live, 3 square meal, to eat 3 square meal, to live a life of worthy individuals. But they would still defend the thief that, that brought them to that state of mind. So, to that state of living. So who is this most corrupt politician? Officially, this one is not because somebody said or rumor or it was alleged. This one was convicted of it. This one is official. So I know some people might say he's not the most corrupt. There are people who have stolen more, but they have not been convicted. But the one that has been convicted that we can all talk about is James Ibori. James Ibori was the former governor of Delta State. Now, you need to listen to what Nuhu Ribadu said about him. Nuhu Ribadu is the founding chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, or EFCC, we call it in Nigeria. He testified against Ibori in the UK court. And in that court, he said that Ibori pocketed and stole approximately half of the revenue allocation. They will go to Abuja for allocation. Federal government is giving allocation that the people of the state will come out of poverty. The governor will first of all take care of himself. He pocketed half of the revenue allocation that accrued to his state, not just in the first term of his office, 4 years. Every year, every day, every month, because they go to Abuja every month for this allocation. Every month, half, boom, pocket day. Every month, boom, pocket day. And they did that for 8 years. Even if you do that in a country, no country will ever survive it. No country will ever survive it. If you see the video of how Nuhu Ribadu was talking about this at the court when he was testifying, it was so emotional about it. And he was saying that this man must be put in jail. Because when Nuhu Ribadu started to investigate Ibori in Nigeria, because he was supposed to go to jail in Nigeria. But you know why he didn't go to jail? Because Nigeria is corrupt. Our system is corrupt. So Ibori got to know that Nuhu Ribadu wanted to investigate him. The EFCC was investigating him. So you know what Ibori did? Ibori knows the system. He knows that with money you can buy anybody, you can silence anyone, you can solve any problem in Nigeria. You know what he did? He took about $20 million. I think it was $19 million. $19 million. Do you know how much that is in Nigerian money? That is billions of money, naira. He took that money, put it in Ghana Must Go. Ghana Must Go bags, packed them in Ghana Must Go, and brought out his jeep and loaded those jeeps with Ghana Must Go money. And what he did, he was going and he drove from the bank or whatever from his house. He drove to Abuja straight with these looted funds of the state. He drove to Abuja, and of course he couldn't drive to Nuhu Ribadu's place directly. So he found somebody that was close to Nuhu Ribadu, who is a friend of both Nuhu Ribadu and Ibori himself. So he was using that guy to be the middleman. So he went with the money, with the boxes, with the bags, Ghana Must Go, and took all that money into the house of their common friend. His name is Andy Uba. And he put all those things in the house of Andy Uba. Andy Uba that time was one of the closest person to President Olusegun Obasanjo. So, because you cannot refuse the president now. I mean, this person is close to the president, and you are under Nuhu Ribadu was under the president, and this is assistant of the president that is saying a governor is giving you this money. First of all, we have to give credit to Nuhu Ribadu, because with that kind of money, he would have secured his future. But you know what he did? He rejected the money and exposed Ibori and spoke about it, that I will not just take the money, but for that you will even be persecuted again. So the only option that Ibori had was to run away from Nigeria. So he escaped Nigeria, but he went to Dubai, but thank God for England. The British government got him. And thank God for Obasanjo too, because Obasanjo didn't cover for him. Obasanjo he gave all the papers and allowed them to get him in Britain. So in Britain though, because he had also money being laundered through Britain, they were only able to convict him for $250 million, $250 million, that he has embezzled. But he was convicted for $250 million looting of his state money for 8 years. But the ones they couldn't prove. But the one they could prove was $250 million. It is on record that his people, the Delta people, is coming from his tribe people, Ogara. So his Ogara people, which is Ibori's hometown in Delta State, they would not even allow, before he ran away from the country, when AFCC wanted to arrest him, they would not allow AFCC to even get to the town. The people of the town, the boys and militants and all the women and everybody came to the street and said, no, he's our hero. They don't know that it's because of him they have been crying. They don't know that it's because of him their children are dying. They don't know that it's because of him their children cannot get the best of life. They don't know that it is because of him there is no electricity, there is no running water. They are saying, no, he's the one who controlled the road for here. Where did he make the money? He was working as a salesperson in London before he came to Nigeria to become a politician. Where did he make it? It is your money. And they are saying, no, he's our illustrious son. It is persecution. This was in 2007. That it is persecution. We are just persecuting him. And this is not because the Delta people are bad. Though. This is not just his own people who do that. Yoruba people will do that. In fact, in my own Yoruba, not just Yoruba, but in my own Ijebu enclave, there was another senator also, we'll talk about him later, that is also one of the most corrupt people in Nigeria that was supposed to be extradited to America. And the people he has been giving money to, because truth is not the Lord of our people. Truth is not the authority in our land anymore. It is money. So the people that this guy has been giving money to, I couldn't believe it. Because when I was growing up in the Domila and in Ijebu land and in Yoruba land, people did not celebrate thieves. They did not celebrate corrupt people. They would rather live in poverty but not take your money. But in this case, it is my own people who came out to defend these corrupt politicians. But we are talking about Ibori right now. So Ibori, let's talk about the effect of Ibori's theft. Let's talk about what the 75 billion that he was convicted of. Let's talk about how much 75 billion would have done if Ibori had not stolen that money. This is the officially not talking about the one he couldn't trace. But let's just take the 75 billion that he was convicted of. What would that loot have done for Nigeria and for his even Delta people? That 75 billion would have improved the allocation to Nigerian federal universities. Let's say all Nigerian universities. If that money alone would have doubled 100 times or 100% the money that is being allocated by the federal government. So the money that Ibori stole, it is 100 times more than the allocation that the universities get in Nigeria. Can you imagine each university in Nigeria, each one of them? I'm not talking about one university, all federal universities put together. They don't just have less allocation, but the allocation would have increased their revenue 100 times. Do you know what university would have become in Nigeria? Now our people are running to Ghana, they are running to Russia, they are running to China to go to school, to go to university, and they will not get admission. And then all these strikes and all that trouble wouldn't have been there if people like Ibori have not taken the money. If we take 36 universities right now, you know what they get, or the federal universities, how much is their allocation? It's only, 2 billion each. But with the kind of money that this guy took, we could be giving them about 12 billion each, and the money will still remain. This is including universities, polytechnics, colleges of education, technical colleges would have all been empowered. With 75 billion looted by Ibori, we could have about 10 different world-class research centers, even if each one of them will cost 7 billion naira, because that's about how much it's costing. Secondly, even at the exaggerated cost of 1 million naira per road in Nigeria, right? If you say we're going to build a road that is going to cost 1 million naira, we could have $1 million. We could have built 300 new roads, good roads. Can you imagine Nigeria roads? Now we are talking about Lagos Ibadan Road. We are talking about Ore Benin Road, Ore Lagos Road, Enugu Owerri Road. How many are you counting? Maybe 5 roads. That say, federal government, please come and do it. Look, listen to it. We could have built 300 of such roads. With the money that Ibori alone stole, 300 of such roads, 300 300 roads in Nigeria. The money this guy stole is even more than the budget for health. The whole budget, the whole allocation for budget for health is more than the budget of education and health put together. If we take the budget of health for 2016 budget, the money is more than anything. Okay, let's even take health alone. That 75 billion that we are using as a benchmark that Ibori stole, it could improve that one alone, the one that Ibori alone stole. It will improve our health, our primary health care delivery system in our country and stop child mortality. Maybe not 100%, but child mortality will totally be reduced if that money, 75 billion that Ibori stole, has been given to the Ministry of Health to build and take care of our health system. Because in America, for example, in California, one of the most sophisticated out-of-the-art hospitals in America that was built, about a few years ago. I think they call it Mercy Hospital in, Merced, California. It was costing just $166 million. It was built 5 years ago. So $166 million with Ibori's money. We could have built at least two, but maybe in every state we could have built one, or at least two of those in Nigeria. We could have. That is one of the best hospitals in America. We would have had two of them in Nigeria. But unfortunately, that money is in somebody else's pocket right now. So let's talk about our defense. We cannot fight Boko Haram. We're having all this trouble and all that. That 75 billion that Ibori stole could have bought all the equipment, the necessary equipment that we need to defeat Boko Haram. And people are saying, is he the only thief? And people are saying, what about others? We will talk about others. But in the Russian language, I live here in Russia and in Ukraine, and I speak Russian language. There is a statement that Russian people use. They say, "Strana dojna zna svojich geroyev." What does that mean? It means that the country must know its evil heroes, evil geniuses. We must know our evil genius. The evil genius of theft, the champion, the world champion, the world record holder in theft is one of them, but at least the one that has been confirmed and convicted that is number one, is the champion, is the world record holder, is the Nigerian record holder in theft and robbery and corruption, is James Ibori. And this is just a little of what I could say about him. But next time, I'm going to come with a whole big list of the rest of them that are destroying our country, so that we will all know, if you don't want your children to grow up and hear your name like this on TV and YouTube and Facebook, that you are the most corrupt in Nigeria, that you are the one who killed your country, steer away from corruption. And let us all begin to talk about this. Let us all begin to shame them. Let us all begin to raise the topic. Maybe if the government doesn't want to fight corruption, maybe we, the people, can at least declare war on corruption and deliver our country from these monsters, from these vampires that have sucked the blood of Nigeria dry. Join the fight against corruption and against the cabals that are destroying our land, for the love of God, church, and nation.